Okay, welcome to a Journey on My Mind. We're going to do a couple short ones today to kind of fill in around some ideas that we've kind of discussed, but yet we want to give you some pointers on how to handle some things that I think plague quite a few people.
Plague.
Yeah. And we were just discussing a fun movie that Dave just saw, so it's a big transition.
Yes, right. Big transition.
Yeah. But that's okay. And so just a quick question. Have either of you ever been to Graceland?
Yeah.
Yes.
I showed up there in an Elvis costume.
Oh my God.
Because I took my daughter she went to college in
You're
Memphis,
being dead serious.
And when we were packing, this is a true story. We're packing the minivan to drive to Memphis. I go in the bathroom at our house and I come out in a full Las Vegas Elvis
Jumpsuit?
white jumpsuit
Oh my gosh,
with the scarf and the pompadour and the whole thing.
Nice.
And I come out and my kid walks around the corner and says, "Dad, do you know where I put such and such?" And I'm standing there full Elvis.
Years.
She didn't blink.
And then later, I was like, "I thought that was weird that you didn't react." And she said to Ellen, "Well, that's just how I've come to understand Dad to be."
That's it.
So I would go around town and go, I tried to get into to Graceland in the Elvis costume. I found the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile.
Oh,
Yes.
nice.
I did a whole Elvis shoot around that.
Dude, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Way to go, Dave.
All day.
Yeah.
All day.
All day. I'll show you later pictures in the dorm room of Elvis
In your full garb.
dead on the toilet and
okay.
in the pantry, the whole
All
deal.
of it. All of it.
Okay.
So,
I didn't tour it. That's the thing.
Oh,
I guess maybe that's your question.
Have you been on the tour?
no.
I've been by it a
You
lot.
can't get that time back. It's a long one.
Okay.
My wife still hasn't forgiven me.
For doing it?
Yeah. My dad, big Elvis fan.
Why'd you bring this up, by the way? This is just very random.
Well, part of the lead into our first topic.
Oh, go for it.
And this was one of the things that Elvis could never understand is why everybody didn't love him.
Yeah.
And it was part of the tour. So
Now I see the connection.
That's why I was wondering if you guys had ever done the tour.
Nope.
The tour is don't do it.
You loved it.
Don't do it. But it was somewhat like if you grew up listening to Elvis and you kind of listened to his music and he struggled with self-esteem.
Mm-hmm.
And so you kind of hear it in his music, but then they validate it basically on that tour. And the funniest thing is you walk in and you go, "I've been in nicer houses in Brentwood
Yeah.
for sure.
than Graceland." So
Yeah, I saw it from the gate, and I'm like,
Yeah. It did.
That
It
is
wasn't as.
why does that house have a
You
gate?
imagine something like
Right.
crazy,
Why does that house have
palatial.
a gate?
Yeah.
by the way,
Yeah.
not to derail too much, but a show that I really like is called Paradise.
Oh, I saw it.
And the whole second season is shot.
Yeah, I told him he has
It's
to watch
funny
it.
because
You gotta watch
Kevin and I
it.
were talking about this yesterday,
Yes,
and
so good, by the
Ange and
way.
I re-signed up for Hulu so we could watch it. Yeah.
Got to watch the first season.
One of my-
Yeah.
But it threw me. The second season started in this why are we at Graceland?
Right.
That's funny.
It is pretty good.
And they nailed Graceland, by the way.
Looks like it.
Oh yeah.
So the topic is the idea that people sometimes get stuck on everybody must like me.
Yeah. Right.
The myth of likability, or the myth that everyone must love me, or that kind of
And
thing.
the interesting part is I didn't put myth in it when I threw it at you guys, but you added that, the myth of likability. Why do you call it a myth, Dave?
Well, the myth that everyone must like me, the myth that everyone must love me, is it's a myth that's in any way a thing that ever could happen, or that would bring any sense of well-being for
Right.
me.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's why I say it that way.
So a myth, or it's an illusion, or is
right.
it?
Or a lie, even maybe.
Right. The
Yeah.
lie
A
of,
lie of, yeah.
however we want to say that.
Yeah. I've seen this in multiple circumstances over the years. I mean, I can't even count how many times and literally what comes out of somebody's mouth at some point when I just start probing, asking, why do you do that? Why do you do that? And the answer to the question is, I just want people to love me or like me. And you get this energy that kind of threw me. It was like the first time it happened to me, I was like, oh, okay. I like you.
Yeah.
I mean, we're good. But it's there's something in that person that will recreate themselves for you
in another way.
Yeah, so that you would like me, or you would like me. So I got to recreate myself so that you like me, and it has always been a puzzle to me.
Is it something that you've personally experienced? Do you struggle with that at all?
I don't. That's probably the reason.
See, and as you're saying all that, I'm like, I totally. When I look back, I can see moments where, and I feel like I've usually become aware of it and been able to shift. But I think a lot of it was rooted deeply, like as my childhood, as a kid, like especially in the upbringing, was always like everyone else is first. You like if you're gonna live like Jesus did, then everybody else, what they need, what they want, is always first before your own. Yeah. And so I don't know if it started in maybe it's not the traditional way of thinking of people pleasing. I don't know, but I know that definitely played a part into what that's done to me.
It's also a God pleasing thing. You see it. You see people trying to get God to love.
For sure.
If God would just love me.
Well, and that was the idea. It was like, man, if I screw up, I'm going to hell. I just need to act right. And so that behavior modification thing is like, if I act right, then so it puts a lot of pressure to always, and which I think can lead to that kind of behavior as well.
Right. Yep. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, I don't struggle with it much either.
Right.
It's interesting you're getting at an angle that I think is important is, what do you think typically, whether it's in a Christian church context or even broader than that causes people to have this real strong need to have everyone like them? What do you, like, how would you imagine the background of someone? Because you're right, it almost always is rooted in something deeper,
early,
right? I'm not like a Freudian psychoanalyst where everything goes back to 5 years old and your mother, but
right. But what's funny is I think it does go back to about that with my mother. It's about the truth, and it's like. So,
okay,
Mr. Freud.
Nice.
Yeah, go for it. So, tell me about your mother.
She's amazing, but
love her.
Yeah. No, but I mean, there is, like, I know we're joking, but there is some of that I think at play in my own story. Yeah. And I believe it was all unintentional. I think it came from places trying to aim us, but it created maybe behaviors or fears or whatever in me.
And what do you think for you or for people broadly? Because you talk to a lot of people that have these struggles, and you do as well, that you find as a common sort of background or pattern.
I think, again, for me personally, maybe it goes in. I always felt a little different, like with tics and things like that. So
it was a compensation.
It was a compensation, probably. Yeah, I think it was just trying to be like, see, I'm not odd. I'm actually normal. I just, or whatever it might be. I also, there's some, when I think about other people as well, and this is true with me too, there's an aspect of we just want to be accepted and we want to be a part of community. And so we will behave in a way that allows us to honor whatever that community needs or wants, so we can be a part of that, right?
Right. More that communal connection, that almost tribal, like I need to be in good graces with the tribe, as it were.
Yeah. And I think I've done that probably. I can see it in one role, specifically in a job where I felt like I didn't have any other options. If something goes wrong here, then I don't know how to take care of my family. Well, and I did. I called this guy out for something that was it was an integrity issue, and it was the right thing to do, but he fired me.
Whoa.
Right. And so, but I could, and I think from that,
I hired you back. Come on.
Yeah. Come on. Yeah. But, but that created something. And I was an adult. I was my kids were little when that happened, my journey in honor. And so then I can see that next couple years, that tendency really was at play, because I felt like, boy, I screwed it up by not acting the way I should have, or I did this. And it put a lot of fear. So I think that fear somewhat led to that as well.
So I think you're like a 10 on a 10 scale of likability. Do you think that's still in play for you, or do you think it's you're at a healthier place, or how do you see it for yourself?
I think I'm at a much healthier place with that. I mean, I can tell now when that tendency arises that, like, it almost feels like a decision. now. Like, okay, this is what I feel like would be the right thing, but it's not the right thing. So it definitely causes me to sometimes have a pause moment to go, I have to choose here. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
So
and that feels a lot healthier, where you're like, oh yeah, there's a path forward where I'm doing the old thing.
That's right.
And there's also another path that may be different, and I'm willing to do that.
Yeah,
if I have to.
That's right.
So is there a for those just people tuning into this? Okay, so I have this tendency.
Yeah.
What do I do with that? Is there something I can do that moves me away from doing it? I know what moves me away from doing it, but that's not relevant to this conversation.
Well, it might be.
Well, I think What is it for you, Kev?
What is it for me?
Yeah.
How do I say it without cussing?
Without cussing. Edwin, finger on the button.
I don't. If you don't like me, I don't care.
Yeah.
Don't give a care.
There's a number of other phrases you could fit in there, but
don't give a stuff.
There is and I'm not going to become something you need me to be in order for you to like me.
Right.
It actually repels me from people when they're like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I try as hard as humanly possible to be the authentic me, no matter what I'm doing.
Right.
This is me.
Yeah.
And if you don't like me, cool.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
I don't care.
What's funny, that totally makes sense to me too. I can totally see that just knowing you.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's a mechanism or if it's...
No, it's absolutely.
And I think I grew up in an environment where everybody wanted me to be something that I wasn't.
Yeah.
And I tried for a little while, realized I couldn't do it, and I was like, meh.
Just screw it. I'm done. I'm not going to keep trying to do
I guess
that.
no one's going to like me. Oh, well. Let's go. But
I don't know why. Like, I don't know if it's just the way I'm wired, but like, for me, relationship has always been the most important thing when it comes to, like, even with work, with other things, like, like the relationship is always the thing that I value the most. And so I think my tendency to want to please is because that relationship is important and I love them but that's not always the right thing though.
Right.
There's times when, and I've, again, to your point, yes, I've done a ton of work around this, and I feel very healthy in this now.
Yeah.
But I do recognize when that energy kind of wants to show up.
Sure.
Yeah, that's the healthy place.
Yeah.
It's not that it's absent. It's
that's
just
right.
that it's...
It didn't go away.
Right. It becomes a different process in your head where you're looking at it. It's not just a reflex.
That's right. It's
you're
a
like,
response.
Oh, there it is in there.
Yeah.
I could do this.
That's right.
It might happen in a millisecond or a second or so, but you're seeing it as a potential response, but not the default response.
I've even gone down that path a little ways and recognized what I'm doing and just have to call that out. Like, I've done that with another person where I'm like, you know what? I'm catching myself right now, just wanting you to like me. I just want you to think that I'm smart or I'm cool or whatever. And that's not what we're here for. Like that's none of it. And I mean, it was a friend. So like, it wasn't, but it was, that was a powerful moment for me because it was like, wait a minute, I called it out and, we kind of laughed or whatever. And it just, the energy of that dissipated and I was able to step in authentically then.
Nice.
So,
but I've seen people ruin their lives by people pleasing.
Oh, for sure.
Buying the right clothes, doing the right thing, overextending
keeping up
themselves,
with the Joneses,
whatever.
Kind of thing.
Giving an impression.
Yeah.
The term in psychology is called impression management, by the way, which is exactly right.
No kidding.
Yeah, there's a term that people, they put their emotional energy into managing how other people see them.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you, interesting study. And this is going to your question about, like, all right, what do I do now?
Right.
I actually use this a lot in my work, but I'm going to get maybe some of the details a little wrong, but this is the idea, is they did a study where they asked a group of people, if you went to a party and you met 10 new people and...
It sounds awful, but keep going.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah. And 7 of them liked you. Would you be glad you went? And the vast majority of people said, oh, yeah. Then they asked another group of people, random, if you went to a party and you met 10 new people and 3 people didn't like you, would you be glad you went? And all of a sudden the numbers changed.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. Yep.
It's the same question.
Yeah, it is.
So part of the answer is how you frame this.
Yeah.
Right.
so
like
good.
in a sense, if you went to a party and you met 10 people and one of them liked you, man, that is a score.
Win.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If none like you, it's not a minus.
No.
You
right.
just went in with 0 and you left with 0.
But for someone wired like
Yeah.
this, that feels like a huge loss.
That's
Like I
funny.
literally lost 10 potential people that I could that could know
Right.
me. Or
Did
you know
I?
what I mean? It's
did
so
any
funny.
of them become my enemy?
For you,
You never
maybe.
know. Yeah, Kevin walked in with a 0 and came out with 10 haters.
Yeah.
I'm teasing. I'm teasing.
Impossible.
Possible. No.
Yeah.
But so that's the work.
Yeah.
Is because you're saying, like, when I hear that, I feel that visceral response.
Yeah.
Right.
But if you can sort of play with that internally and
Yeah.
go, okay, what's that really about? And can I be good with, like, could I go and have 7 people that were indifferent toward me or didn't like,
Yeah.
I don't like that. I mean,
Yeah.
he's not my
Yeah.
kind of guy. And really be like, that's okay.
Yeah.
Like, if you can get to that place
Yeah.
where you really can do that,
Yeah.
then you're very liberated.
Yeah.
This is kind of close. It's another one. Did I ever tell you guys about? I feel like I've said it here, but I also say it, use it a
Other
lot.
places.
I don't know. Drop it. Let's hear it.
So, have I told you about the guy named Albert Ellis who went to the botanical gardens and talked about women, or talked to women, talked about women
at the
I'm
botanical
talking about.
garden.
So
I don't think so.
okay,
I don't
so
remember this.
This is
You might have told me in a different context.
This is really good. It's one of my favorite things too. So this dude named Albert Ellis, who is one of the early founders of cognitive therapy.
Okay.
So there are a couple of like people that were having different schools of cognitive therapy. He was one of them. His school was called Rational Emotive Therapy, RET. So he was a pioneer. But when he was younger, kind of an odd dude.
Yeah.
You know, socially a little odd, super duper smart, you know, not super attractive guy. Very,
Kevin can relate.
very unsuccessful. Kevin can relate.
Hey, hi, my
No,
wife.
Kevin doesn't like
I
you.
know. Yeah.
I caught my wife before she knew any better.
That's
okay?
true. Yeah,
She
me
was-
too. Me
she
too.
was
I think
20.
we all do.
She was 20.
Everybody in this
Yeah.
room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. So this is before he was a psychologist. I think he was like a college student, like 19, 20 years old. And this is, you can see the early workings of his cognitive stuff. He decided, I'm not successful with women. I'm going to go to the botanical gardens in the Bronx.
In the Bronx,
And
nonetheless.
for 1 month, I'm going to approach 100 women. Not necessarily like to make them my girlfriend, but just the practice of approaching them and talking.
So 100 in that month, not 100 a day. 100 each.
in a month.
Okay, in the month. Okay,
and I
got
think
it.
he exceeded it. He was like 120. So,
Yeah.
you know, you're averaging, if you go every day, it's like 4 a day. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Wow.
So he did it. All
did
but
he-
one, only one of the 120 or so agreed to meet him afterwards, and she ghosted him.
Wow.
She didn't even show up. Now, here's the punchline.
There's-
His conclusion was not, I'm a loser, I'm unattractive, I'm a, you know,
Yeah.
I'm a hopeless case. His conclusion was, I have overcome my fear of rejection.
There
Wow.
it is. See, that's
Now,
Yep.
here's the interesting thing.
Huh.
Later in life, and not a whole lot later, but later in life, when he was middle-aged and older, women were catfighting over the guy.
Yeah.
They were
I
crazy
understand
about
that,
the dude. They were. And I mean, if you read biography, like hair pulling catfight
Holy
almost. I
cow.
mean, not quite, but you know, I get my point. So that's the work, right? It's like he got it.
Yeah.
It's like it
Right.
wasn't about the outcome. It was like, can I go do this thing and then face this fear?
That's so good.
And then frame it as I'm facing the fear and now I'm free of the fear. I'm liberated from it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
That's
Hard,
cool stuff.
hard to do.
Yeah. That's awesome.
It's hard to do. But that, by the way, I have a friend that did training with Albert Ellis, and she asked this question. This has stuck with me too. What's the thing that you wish that therapists did better or knew more? And she was thinking he was going to talk about the cognitive part, and he talked about the behavioral part. It's like, you've got to go do this stuff. You can't just do it in your head.
Right.
Yeah.
If you've got a fear of rejection, go somewhere and get rejected. Go somewhere and go to a party where people don't talk to you. Go somewhere where you're
easy.
Like, right. And that's what builds the muscle. Is the actual doing of it, not just I have this epiphany in my head that not everyone has to like me.
It's interesting because like I've talked about this before, I think, but like with like tics and all that stuff, there was a moment where,
just a point of clarification, he's not talking about wood ticks.
No, I'm talking about Tourette's tics, right?
Yeah.
Physical tics. Like I don't know, there was a point where I feel like I kind of quit caring about what people thought, but it didn't change. It's interesting because it was different to me, like quitting caring what people thought necessarily, but the people that I did care about, that's the people that I felt like I would try and please in that.
Right.
You know, like so in the general, like I was like, I don't care.
But it was the relational part, which goes back to what you said earlier.
Exactly. Yep.
Right. The relationship's paramount, and I need to be liked by everybody that
I'm in that relationship with. Yeah.
And there's some, I mean, it's not a crazy thing to want that.
Yeah.
Right. So,
but unrealistic maybe that it would actually.
So if you are a people pleaser out there, you're not alone.
Yeah.
No. And it is a true struggle at times. We get that. And but
go get rejected a few times.
But build up the muscle.
I
think basically what you did was you built up the muscle of practicing. Okay, I see myself becoming unauthentic or inauthentic or and I'm drifting into just being something that somebody else wants me to be.
Not real.
Because this was a short, we didn't talk too much about the integration of this with faith, but here's the angle I would take on that, which can be fleshed out a little bit later, is the more authentic we are in our communities, the healthier our faith communities are.
For sure.
Right?
100%.
We all have experienced the people pleasing as a community, and everybody's sort of presenting and doing impression management, and the big downside of all that. And so I think if we're doing our own work individually and we bring that into the collective, it just makes for a healthier church.
I literally had a conversation right before this podcast about that.
Cool.
Which is,
can you just say we have a minute to flesh that out?
Like for me, this is the first like church community I've worked in where I feel like I can fully show up as me. I don't have, there's nothing that I'm trying to like, let's keep that at bay. Like it is, and the gift of that. And I think you're exactly right.
It feels like a gift.
It is a gift.
It is a gift.
It's unusual.
And you guys, to give credit, you guys are part of crafting that culture. You know, you're bringing that to this.
We try
in different ways. Like it's interesting, just the two of you and how different you are in style, but what you bring in terms of that, and what you bring, and what Mike brings, and what Susie and Rob and everybody, Edwin. Seriously, the contribution of that from a leadership level is huge.
That's awesome.
It's cool.
Thanks, Dave.
Yep.